Okay, so this is a quick Oracle session that I did regarding the VP picks or pick of Kamala Harris. So when I did the Oracle session on the potential VP picks, I did at the end ask a predictive question, which I didn't share in the video of, predictive questions, as I've always said, are really difficult questions that the universe doesn't like them, and they're ego generated, so they're very rarely correct. They're just not good questions to ask. But I did ask, and I said, who would be the VP pick? And at that time the answer was Karen Bass, and I was all excited about that. So when I heard that Kamala Harris was the VP pick, my little ego got upset because, darn it, I said the sage was wrong. What was wrong? But the sage wasn't wrong, of course. But I had to do a little inquiry to see, where was my misunderstanding. But I wanted to go back and, all in all, that Oracle session was really right on. And you remember I had a list of names, and I said, this is what the universe thought would be good and what Joe Biden was leaning towards. And what the people that the universe thought would be good picks were Kamala Harris, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Michelle Grisham, and Gretchen Whitmer. So those were the top picks. And Biden's choices were Karen Bass, and actually she got a real strong hit, a strong yes. Biden was really looking at her. He was looking at Tammy Duckworth, Keisha, Elizabeth Warren, and he really wanted Gretchen Whitmer. His two top picks three picks were Gretchen, Keisha, and Karen Bass. And I was all for Karen Bass because I really wanted an upset, like some dark horse, no pun intended, someone from out of the blue that no one would thought. I really wanted to shock her. Plus, I wanted a KB, a Karen in the White House, to just really dig into all those Karen memes and Karen haters out there, because that is my real name is Karen. So, anyway, it wasn't meant to be. But I'm so, so, so happy with Kamala Harris. I mean, I'm going to do a reading on her, and what I've already discovered is, it's awesome. She's awesome. It's kind of a destiny for us and for her. But anyway, I wanted to ask the sage, what happened with this predictive question? So I asked, just prediction, I had some questions. Predictive questions are rarely correct. And I got a no. My ego mind. Predictive questions are 50% correct. And I got a no, you're missing the point. And then I got, predictive questions are very difficult to answer. Yes, yes, yes. And I said, predictive questions are egoic, it came to me, and play no real relevance in our lives. Yes, yes, yes. And then I said, but what about this Karen Bass thing? And sitting there thinking about it, and I thought, oh yes, at the time of that reading, because remember, every Oracle session is, or even every tarot reading, is depicting that point in time, that space and point in time. And at that time of the reading, Karen Bass was the top contender. And I asked that as a question. I got yes, yes, yes. And I wanted to know, was Kamala Harris sincerely Biden's choice ultimately? And I got a yes. You've understood it. It wasn't a real strong yes, but it was a strong yes, that it was. Ultimately, I think he wanted Gretchen Whitmer or Karen Bass, but I think, they had to look at all things. Experience, he was thinking of Keisha Lance Bottoms. Experience, likability, you know, all those sort of things. But they also had to think of things like physical appearance, like how will people see? All these things had to go on. And I think the, you know, while he wanted Gretchen Whitmer, Kamala Harris really fit all of the, she's got charisma, she's smart on her feet, she's solid, she's attractive, she's just got it all. And anyway, that, I think that's why Biden, they went with Kamala Harris, and perhaps why they didn't go with others, because others may have been a little bit too, maybe, do you want to say some would be looking a little too black or not charismatic enough? And I know that's a terrible thing for me to say, but I think when you're talking politics and trying to garner or generate approval from mass population, when we have such a racist attitude, you have to think of those things. So I said it. Okay, but I did ask some questions that I wanted to share with you about Kamala Harris that I think you'll find interesting. I asked, is Kamala Harris the beginning movement into the new age? I got a yes, yes, yes. And I asked, is Kamala Harris likely to be president in the next 4 years? And I got a yes, you could say that, but you need more understanding. And then I asked, this is kind of a terrible question. Is she likely to become president through the passing of Joe Biden? And I got a yes, but you need to know more. I asked, are these answers, do these questions and answers reflect the current trajectory for both Biden and Kamala Harris, like their own personal timelines? And I got a no, you're totally missing the point. So I sat, waited for the information to come in, and I got, oh, these current answers reflect the current collective thinking and feeling. And I got a yes, yes, yes. So, and then I asked, all of these answers are subject to change based on the collective. Yes, you've understood enough. So we have to remember that all of these predictive questions, number one, are a single point in time, but that we are not individuals. So you can't ask, is this Biden and Kamala Harris's individual trajectory, their destiny? No, we are not individuals here as a collective. It is one collective being. And right now, the collective thoughts and feelings are, Bo's going to be out of here. I mean, sorry, not Bo, Joe. Joe Biden's not going to last very long, and Kamala is going to be president. I mean, the thinking is on both sides of the camps, and that's what's being reflected in the answers. So I don't want to say keep up that thought pattern, but I'm pretty sure it'll last long enough. But if anything begins to change, then all of these answers are irrelevant, because we are one being, and it is the majority of thought and feelings that affect all of these predictive answers and questions. Anyway, that's a little foretaste appetizer for my reading about Kamala Harris. She is absolutely the beginning movement into the new age. And from the sense that I'm getting, she was pretty well destined for this position, and she's going to be great. Regardless if she remains VP, she's not going to remain VP for long. Anyway, so that'll be in my upcoming video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time.